Have you ever imagined building applications, apps, websites that are just so lovable? Well, introducing Lovable, the AI full stack engineer that builds entire working web applications just by talking to it. Simply describe your vision, and Lovable handles the design, logic, and development in minutes. It's time to build more and manage less. And in this video, I will be giving you a full step-by-step tutorial on what you can build and achieve by just simply using Lovable. I go by the name of Gogetso Capfresh, and this is Billionaire Developers. Alright guys, now let's talk all things Lovable. So as I mentioned, let's build more and manage less. Let's look at what we're going to be covering in today's video. Today we're going to be talking about what exactly is Lovable, who created it, and the most important question is why you need to start using Lovable today, when to use Lovable and who exactly Lovable is for, where to use it, and how to use Lovable by actually doing a real live demo. Right, so let's jump straight into it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Billionaire Developers. And you're asking yourself, what is Billionaire Developers? Well, basically, Billionaire Developers is a global tech and AI company focusing on teaching software, AI, and gaming. So if you are an interested person that wants to learn more about AI, about gaming, about everything in between, make sure that you actually do subscribe, follow us on all our social platforms, and you will definitely be entertained and there's something new to learn, whether you are a beginner, someone that experienced, or you just want to expand your knowledge. So let's jump straight into it. And you're probably asking yourself, who is this guy? I go by the name of Gogetso Capfresh, and I am the founder as well as the senior tech lead and the tech content creator on this channel, Billionaire Developers. Some of my accolades is I am a 4-time AI certified software engineer. I am also an international speaker and mentor, and also I've worked alongside with companies such as Google, Microsoft, IBM, AWS, and the list goes on. But this is not about me, and let's jump into what exactly is Lovable. But Lovable is an AI full stack engineer that actually builds entire working web applications just by talking to it. So what do I mean by that? This just means that think about it as a developer that actually lives inside of your browser. You don't have to necessarily learn how to code anymore, which is the traditional way of learning how to software engineering. But now you can actually communicate it with it, right? So Lovable nowadays has this thing called vibe coding, where you can just simply describe your idea and it can come to life. So for instance, if you want to create a dashboard, a website, a personal training app, a game, Lovable can do it all in minutes. So let's look at who actually created it. Anton and Gustav are the two members that are behind the mystery wonderful product of Lovable. Now, why would you want to learn Lovable in this day and age? So it's 2026, and obviously AI coding tools are a very popular thing. First and foremost, it's an orchestrator. So unlike ChatGPT, where it will actually spit out a whole bunch of code, Lovable actually manages the entire project for you, right? So it actually understands what your whole application does. So from clicking buttons, from moving on to the next page, scrolling, it actually understands the whole ecosystem of your application. Zero setup. So once again, it's based in your browser. As long as you've got internet connectivity, you are good to go. It has a clean exit. Unlike locked platforms, Lovable writes understandable code like React, Vite, and even other programming languages. Most and foremost, the refinement loop. So you can actually chat with your application live, right? You can actually make certain changes immediately on the fly. So when exactly is the best time to use Lovable? So first and foremost, if you have an idea, so something like an MVP. An MVP stands for most valuable product, or so this is just something that you want to build within a day, not necessarily take months and months and months, or needs thousands of developers. Something that you can quickly show to investors or someone you can show to clients, right? So the building internal tools. When your team needs a sort of like a custom dashboard or a CRUD, which is create, read, and update to manage company data, you can actually use Lovable to quickly handle that for you. And most importantly, it's good for prototyping. As I mentioned, if it's something that you quickly want to spin up or have an idea, or you just want to quickly, show it to a potential partner or an investor, Lovable is definitely the platform for you. But then who is Lovable for? when I mean Lovable is designed for everyone, I mean everyone, right? Lovable right now, you don't necessarily have to know how to code. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you're a founder, if you're a product owner, or even simply just someone that wants to interested in just vibe coding as it is, right? Lovable actually, it's all inclusive, and it is definitely, and it even has step-by-step guides in terms of how to actually use it. And this is why I am here. I will be showing you later on how to actually use Lovable. But where exactly can you use Lovable? So Lovable.Dev is an official website where you can actually create your designs and your websites on there. But the really cool thing about that is that Lovable can actually push it much further, where you can actually integrate it with other technologies such as GitHub, where you can actually store your code. You can also use Supabase, which is a back-end service, and Netlify, where you can actually publish your website. So we have now come to the final conclusion, and this is the part where I like to call the developers digest. So what this simply means is we're just going to take a step back and actually look at everything as a whole and try to understand what we've just learned. Now, the future of software is being written today. With tools like Lovable, you have the power to turn a vision into a live, functional product in minutes. This is where the gap between dreaming and building finally disappears. AI is no longer the future, it's the present. And this is just the beginning of what we can build together. And always remember to learn, explore, innovate, collaborate, and most importantly, build. Guys, if you've reached this far in the video, please make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe. Don't just comment. How's about you drop me a question and let's keep the conversation going, right? So make sure you follow us on all social platforms. Now, let's just jump straight into the live coding tutorial. Alright guys, so right now as you can see I have logged on to Lovable.Dev. I will leave the link in the description. So guys, first and foremost, let's just explore what Lovable is all about. So it says built something lovable, right? So Lovable, guys, as I said, it is a built-in AI engineer. So the really cool thing about Lovable is that it actually has templates for you, right? So if you don't have any idea what you actually want to build, you can actually just look at some of the templates that they have just for you to actually gain some motivation and inspiration, right? So let's talk about the really cool thing and benefits about Lovable. Lovable also has a very welcoming community where you can actually interact and have conversations with other developers about what they're actually doing and what are they building with Lovable. Now, today I'll be showing you a quick demonstration using the free tier, but Lovable also has other pricing tiers where you actually have much more benefits than just using the free tier. But don't worry guys, even the free tier can actually give you a lot of benefits, and which I'm going to show you in this tutorial right now. So without further ado, first thing you want to do is just make sure that you actually do log in. So log in with your credentials. Okay guys, so once you've actually logged on to Lovable with your account, you'll see something that looks something like this. So now on the side over here, if it's the first time you're using Lovable, you won't actually have side projects on the side like I have. And as I mentioned, Lovable actually gives you free credits for you to actually work on, so you don't necessarily have to panic, right? So every single day Lovable actually does credit you with free credits. So let's think of a really cool idea that we can actually build. So I'm into property and I'm thinking, why not build a real estate website, right? So what I can simply say is, in this text window over here, right, it's something that we're going to call give Lovable a prompt. So this is what prompt engineering is all about, is basically you typing or having a conversation with Lovable, right? So a really cool thing about Lovable that is that it really understands human words, which is called LLMs. LLMs actually stands for large language models, which is that basically how Lovable was trained to actually understand what a human is trying to do. So even if you do mistakes and even if you do a typo, Lovable will actually understand and comprehend what you're trying to build. So you will see I will give Lovable a simple prompt, but we don't necessarily have to, just give it anything as of like, create me a website. It doesn't actually know what to do. Now, the more specific your prompt is, the better your outcome is. So I really highly recommend for you to really go into as much detail as possible by giving it a prompt so that it can really understand and give you a desired outcome. So let's start by saying, can you create a real estate website that is very modern, sleek, luxurious, and I don't know, let's just say beautiful. All right. So exactly do I want the look and feel for my website to be, right? So guys, as I mentioned, the more detailed you are and explain what your website is all about, the better your outcome will be. So I want the look and feel. So basically the kind of styling is that I'm trying to go for look and feel for something that looks high end, right? So it looks kind of expensive because we're just trying to showcase the best houses. I want to yet again want to showcase the best houses. And yeah, I think we can, stop right there. Then then I want to describe what my website is going to be, right? So I want my website to have the following, right? So what Lovable will know is that first and foremost, I want to have a home section, right? And then I want to have an about, all right, about, and I want to have a photo gallery, photo gallery, and last but not least, I want to have a contact page, right? So another really cool thing that I then want to say is, if we look at the plus sign over here, we can actually look at some of the features that actually come with Lovable. So we can look at design. And if you're not quite sure about, what kind of look and feel is, we can go to theme, right? So this is basically, it's going to show you what exactly do you want your website to look like, right? It'll give you certain colors you can pick from, you can manage colors, or you can create your own theme. But you guys can play around with that, but I sort of know exactly how I want my theme to be. So I think I'm just going to go there to where my look and feel is. And I'm just going to continue here by saying the theme color should be I'm thinking white, I'm thinking nude, I'm thinking beige, I'm thinking black, of course, and maybe some gray, some shades of gray, right? And one thing about, guys, the more you give Lovable details in terms of what exactly you are looking for, you'll be getting that desired outcome that you want. All right. So another cool thing that I want to now add is, I want Lovable to actually, gain some inspiration. And what you can do is you can actually attach either screenshots or files of what exactly you want to build, right? So what I want to then do is, what I did is I went on and I looked for certain images, right? And I went and I looked for really cool high-end upper class images that Lovable can use this. And what I want to then say is, I want you to look at these images attached to gain inspiration, ideas, motivation, motivation, and yeah, I think that's, yeah, I think, just so that it can have an idea of what I am looking for. Right, so I've done that. Now, before we actually move on, I want to actually now describe what I want my website to actually do. I want you to add really cool animations, transitions, movements throughout the website, right? So as you guys can see, I have given it quite a good prompt where I'm trying to create a real estate website. I've given it examples for it to get ideas in terms of what I wanted to do. I gave it a theme, in terms of the look and feel. I gave it some sort of my sections. I also gave it some really cool animations to actually work with. So without further ado, I'm just gonna press that button over there, and now let's just see what Lovable comes up with. So to quickly give you context, what's happening in the background is now Lovable is going to go through a thinking process in terms of trying to understand and now try to build what exactly you are trying to build. So even if you look on the left hand side, it will give you context in terms of what exactly it is trying to work on. It's trying to pull from different sources. It will actually tell you what exactly it's doing. So you see, so it's telling you that, all right, it's building a luxurious real estate site with editorial elegance, and you can see as it's generating images, and it will actually tell you step by step. But you have to be patient with it, because the longer your prompt, the more that you are going to have to wait for your website to actually build. So we're just going to give it time for it to actually build this whole website and actually see what it comes up with. All right, guys, so Lovable is actually done creating the website, and as you can see on the side, it actually gives you like a full description on what it was actually working on. And first glance, I can see that, okay, I didn't really give it a company name, which obviously you can do. And I really like the whole look and feel, as it's giving a very expensive, luxurious look. All right, I like that it's got a home, it's got a about. It actually gives you 2 billion. That sounds interesting to me. All right, so let's just look at the features, right? So it actually did follow my steps. I did say I want a home, and about, a gallery, and a contact us. And if I click on the home page, it's actually working. If I click on the about page, so basically this is about the real estate, and if I click on the gallery, and I can see that, wow, it's actually used some of the inspiration and the images that I've actually used. It actually even has cool transitions in it. Wow, this is actually quite impressive. So another thing is I want to do is beginning your journey, right? So it has a contact us page. So basically, this is what Lovable actually can do, guys, is that if you really have a simple idea that obviously you want to sort of like jumpstart an idea or a project, you can simply use it. And the really cool thing is you can have conversations with your AI. It can even give you suggestions like test the full site end to end, or add a parallax effect. Ooh, I actually would like this, right? So let's actually see what would that happen. So you can actually have a conversation, and let's see if we have to add a smooth parallax scrolling effect to the images and the sections for more immersive experience. All right, so let's see what Lovable can come up with now. All right, guys, so it seems like Lovable is done, and what I then want to do is, let me try to refresh and actually see what is the changes. All right, so as you guys can see, right, so there's a parallax effect on the background image, on the hero image over there. And let's see what else it actually did. So what it then said is, on the hero image, about, all right, sections using framer, all right, done, adding smooth transitions. All right, well, so far so good, guys. I mean, from an idea we actually never had to actually something we can actually work with. And the really cool thing about this is that you can actually work on this day by day as you progress. And I did say that I will be using the free tier, just to give you a basic example of how Lovable actually works. But even if you purchase any of their premium plans, you can be able to actually integrate it either using a database, or you can connect it to your GitHub account. But the really cool thing is you can actually share it just as it is. And what I want to then do is, let's just quickly try and publish this thing, and let's call this estate. What can we name this? Let's call this estate developers, right? Lovable. And what you can do is, it will be able to be seen by everyone. All right. And guys, you can actually host this for absolutely for free. And if you click on save, what will then do, it will say, okay, the URL is now saved. And if you click on publish, what it will then do is, you can actually send this link to your potential clients or your potential investors, or if you actually add this onto your portfolio to actually give them sort of like an idea of what actually you were working on, or a concept in terms of what you are trying to do. So just to test if this actually does work, what we can do is, let's simply copy this URL, and what we can go onto our web browser, paste that in, and fingers crossed, our website is now fully available to be seen by people. And the really cool thing is, they don't have to necessarily see your source code. They can't, steal your prompts. And this is just a basic idea, a mock-up of what you can actually send them. So guys, I really hope that you actually learned something really cool today. I really hope that you enjoyed, looking at how Lovable works, the benefits of Lovable, and why you should be learning Lovable today. So that being said, guys, it's come to the end of the video. Please, if you reached this far, please like, comment, share, and please tell me what was your favorite part about Lovable, and tell me what exactly you want to build with it. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Go-Get or Capfresh from Billionaire Developers, and I will see you in the next one.